Hey, shalom, shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites who come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom of America, aka Babylon, aka Egypt, aka Sodom and Gomorrah. First and foremost, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. We are here for the elect and elect only of the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah, the so-called Negro, Benjamin, the so-called West Indian Jamaican, Levi are the so-called Haitians, Reuben are the Seminole Indians, Gad are the North American Indians, Issachar the so-called Mexicans, Zebulon is Guatemala to Panama, Manasseh are the so-called Cubans, Simeon are the so-called Dominicans, Ephraim are the so-called Puerto Ricans, Asher is Colombia to Uruguay, and Naphtali is Argentina to Chile. These are the 12 tribes of Israel who our big brother Yahweh Shai, who's the head number one Israelite, who sprang out of the tribe of Judah, pursuing the Hebrews 7th chapter, 14th verse, is coming to redeem 1/3 the elect, pursuing to Zechariah, the 13th chapter, the 8th verse. And 2/3 are going to be set up for that destruction, pursuant to that same scripture. Okay? And then when that time is drawing nigh, man. And when you know that time is drawing nigh, there's certain things you should be doing. Okay? You should be seeking for this word, searching for the word, seeking for it, looking for it. You know? Asking the Lord, praying, asking the Lord to sup with you, to try to hone your skills in righteousness before that great day, a terrible day of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai comes, because it's going to be a terrible one, a one like no other. Book of Daniel 12 tell you that. It's going to be a time that never was since there was a nation. Okay? You think the flood was bad, you think the Lord killed everybody but 8 people. Watch the devastation of America. Okay? Get your popcorn, put your seatbelts on, because it's coming. All right? It says, Isaiah 55:11, so shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. So whatever the Lord say, it's not going to return unto him void, meaning what? Empty, worthless. The words that he's spoken through his prophets. Okay, these words are gonna go out and they're gonna accomplish the mission. Okay, it says it shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish that which I please, that which He desires. Okay, the Lord desires for America to be totally destroyed. He's already spoken of the destruction in the scriptures, so it just has to play out and manifest physically. Okay, it's already happened, man. Okay. It's already happened. We just have to play it out, man. You know, it's like you get your like the Matrix, man. You get your program, boom. You know, you get plugged up, and then you go out and you move according to your program. Okay. And it says, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it, man. So it's gonna prosper, man. It's gonna make good to where He sent it. What's gonna make good ultimately? Thermonuclear missiles. That's what's gonna make good, right? You see the pestilence is making good right now, okay? The RFID chip is gonna make good. You see different countries are having their people chipped. You see it's happening. So all the false prophets who scoffed at it not being what it was, now you see it is what it is. Okay, you're gonna have to repent for that, man. You know, you can't be leading these people astray, man. Basically, you gotta tell it. That's what it is. It's the truth. Okay, it's the truth, man. John 4:24. The Most High is a spirit. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. So if you worship Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you got to worship Him in spirit and in truth, man. Okay? It's not no half truth. You can't be 90%. I'm gonna worship 90% truth, but then it come down to a certain thing in the scriptures. We ain't gonna worry about that, or we're gonna preach a doctrine that's comfortable with us and our agenda and what we trying to do. No, you push the truth no matter what. And you got to strive in this truth, man. And it tells you in Servants 4, in the last verse, 28, you got to strive into this, even if it means to death. Strive into the truth and to death. Okay? The work is not finished. The ministry is not finished until your redemption draws nigh. So in the loop, when you look up and you see Yahweh Shai, and then when you if you get beamed up, and you on that ship, and Yahweh Shai put a crown on your head. Okay? If you put a crown on your head, that's when the ministry is done. And it speaks of that. Second Ezra. Second Ezra 2 and 38. Arise up and stand, behold the number of those that were sealed in the feast of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The number of those who were sealed, 144,000, the elect. Okay, that's who were sealed. And they were sealed from the foundations of the world, man. Okay, pursuant to this scripture here. They were from the foundations of the earth, man. They were sealed, okay? Ephesians 1, verse 1 and 3 to 5. Blessed be the power and Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who have blessed us all with spiritual blessings in heavenly places in the Mashiach. It says, according as he have chosen us in him. It says before the foundation of the world. So before the foundations, before of the world, okay, it was men that was chosen to be close friends, to say, so to speak, with Yahweh Shai, to understand. Okay, all right, and it says that we shall be holy and without blame, without blemish. Okay, you know. Holy meaning separate. We're separate from this world. You know, the elect brothers won't be those thorns that was choked out. You know, they won't have no care for this world, man. They're going to use the world, but not abuse it. They're going to understand that they have to do certain things. That's why even now we have this Esau and them is about to put an order out, basically, where they want everybody to have masks on. Well, it's not here, but it might come here. We don't know, because our governor, he do things different than everybody else. And then he have our mayors. He give them the what they call directives. They do basically what they want in their town. So, but if you got to do it, you just got to do it. We got to obey the laws. You got to obey those laws. And it says, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai to himself, okay? According to the good pleasure of his will, okay? So, when it says in 2nd Ezra 2 and 38, it says, arise up and stand, behold the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. To those are the elect. Shalom. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says, 2nd Ezra 2:39, it says, which are departed from the shadow of the world. See, when it said predestinated, it said holy, right? In Ephesians, the 1st chapter, he made us holy, okay? That word holy means separate. So he separated us from the world. Like I said, for us to not be choked out thorns in Mark 4, okay? So we don't basically care about the world, but we will use the world but not abuse it, because we gotta work. We in captivity. But you have some jakes, they be wanting to live like they in the kingdom. You can't do it right now. And it says, verse 39, 2nd Ezra 2 and 39, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, meaning the ones who kept the law to the best of their ability. Brothers who went out, if they were if they were called to be teachers and prophets or helpers, they went in their lot and they did their lot to the best of their ability. Okay, and it says, verse 41, the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled, right? Because certain men are being woken up every day. Okay, they're being woken up day by day, man. Brothers are coming in the truth. Okay. It says, beseech the power of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed, that they may be hallowed and be made holy. That were called from the beginning. Ephesians, the 1st chapter. It's certain men who were called before the elements were moved on in Genesis, the 1st chapter. They were called to be to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, to be unto him. Okay? And then it said they were called to be separate and holy, because it's like when you wake, like men who come into truth, it's like we had to basically live that life where that 2/3 lifestyle. You know, very rare that you see men who are they are born and they just be born into the truth and they raised from a small child, from a kid. I mean, a small, not kid, but a small child, because kid is a goat. Don't call nobody no goat. So it's from a small child, you know, it's certain men, you know, it's certain men. I know of one is the elder Ariah, man. I think when he was born into it. He was raised up in the truth. His father, Elder Yaquab, and he was raised by Abba Bibbins, man. So you see certain cases, man. Like brothers now who got kids, man, they're raising their kids based up in the truth. Because I know little brother, I ain't gonna say no name, but I know brothers who got kids, they can salute you and everything. They 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They've been in the truth, you know. So it says, verse 42, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praise the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai with songs. They say, saw great people on Mount Zion, and Zion is what? Israel. Okay, so that cuts you people who think you can slide into this covenant, man. In the end, man, you can't do it. You know, you gotta be an Israelite, man. I mean, if you come through that bloodline, man, and you part of that number, then you gonna make it. But you just ain't gonna slide in and say, hey, I'm a Gentile, I believe. Oh, Lord, praise Jesus Christ. It don't work. It does not work, man. You know? It says, verse 43, and in the midst of them, there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest. And that's Yahushua, man. And they say he was high in stature, man. You know, taller than all the rest. So, telling how tall he was over them, you know. Plus in honor and glory as well. You know, it could be twofold. He could be tall. You know, Yahushua, what Ezra saw, he could have been 7'10" or 8 foot, and everybody else 6. And, because even in the scriptures, I think Saul was pretty taller than everybody. When you go back in the time of Saul and King David, I think Saul was much taller than everybody in the camps too. He was a real tall dude. Plus in stature, in glory, Yahushua is much taller. And it says, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns. See, every one of their heads, those guys who were chosen, who were sealed, okay, who got hallowed, who were made separate, okay, who basically tells you who stand stiffly for the word, doing what they supposed to do to the best of their ability. You set crowns on their head. This is when we're finished, okay. When the Lord's word is saying, we read it, when he go out, it's going to accomplish everything. So even with him speaking through us, we got to keep going. The ministry's not done until this right here happens. I always have these thoughts like, man, the Lord can get you up on that ship. You'll think you made it. Then he'll have a grand entrance. Everybody be in one spot. He might tell you come up there and bow down and cut your head out right there. Slay my enemies. What they say? The ones who slay them before me. Luke 19, I think 40 something. Those who I think it says. I think it's Luke. I think it's Luke 19, 40 something.
19.
Those who would not what did it say? Slay them before me. Slay them before me. I think it's somewhere right here in Luke 19. It says Luke 19 and 27. It says, it says 19 to 27. It says, but though my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. So it's gonna be Esau them get slayed. But then I be thinking sometimes you got these cats, the false prophets who've been preaching false, right? They've been leading the congregations false. They don't want to push the chip. They want to say it's another doctrine. They want to push their own doctrines. Sometimes I just have thoughts like, hey, the Lord, I have them. And then at the end, because he said everybody that's calling my name in Matthew 7, I think 21, everybody that say, Lord, Lord, ain't gonna enter. So sometimes I'll be having them thoughts like, hey, it might be, hey, they didn't lead this whole congregation, they didn't got paid off 501c3 money, and then they be like, y'all about Shimmy, I was trying to break a thigh. Then next thing you know, they get beamed up, and they be sit back like, yeah, I made it. I got over. But then the Lord bring you in there in front of everybody, man, cut your head off. Sometimes I have those thoughts like, hey, that could happen. I could be speaking as a fool, but hey, you don't know what Yahweh Shimmy outside. He do what he want to. He's all power. He do what he want.
It's his movie.
You know, yeah, it's his movie, bro. So, hey, sometimes I be like, man, you know, Jake, them, this is serious, man, because they don't know, man. Shoot, man. The ministry ain't done until that crown get put on your head, you know? You can be walking around the ship, hey, you walk around that mug, chilling, eating good, and then you get your head chopped out. Could happen. So it says, in the midst of them, there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these questions? He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal. See, they left the world. You know, they quit being adulterers. They quit being thieves, quit being murderers. You know, quit being slanderers and shit. You know, just quit being all around 2/3 Jake, man. Because we all came from that life, you know, into this great, glorious, graceful life, man. Yeah. You know, we all, you know, came from that other life, man. Jake doing all kind of stuff, man. You know, you start talking to brothers, you be like, damn, for real? You used to rob banks? Yeah, you used to rob banks. You be looking at Jake like, shit. That's how it is, man.
You know what? I got here my little first look.
Yeah, man. Jake got stories, man. So the Lord be bringing you from that, man. When you start getting into the truth, you look back, man. The Lord basically saving your life, man. So you owe it, like you owe it to like seek in the Word, stay in the Word, man. Because hey,
when I tell you I ran home,
yeah,
got that
for real.
Yes,
it says, he answered and said, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and having confessed the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Everybody don't know that name, man. That's the name that you're going to call on when it's time. that when you call on it now, and then when the time of trouble, when you read in Proverbs, it tell you that name is 18 and 10. It tell you that name is a strong tower. That name is a strong tower, man. Okay. Let me see. That we run it. The righteous run it to. Let me see if I got this. See if I can pull that up.
Proverbs 8, you said 18 and 10?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower.
Mm-hmm.
The righteous runneth into it.
Read it again. Say the name.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord, Yahweh, is a strong tower.
It's a strong tower, mighty and strict. It goes into personal, social, and political. When you read in the scriptures is social. It can be political as well. The scriptures. But when you deal with politics, everything come out of the scriptures. So it's a strength, man. The Lord brings that name, man. Mighty. It's majestic. It's a name to be praised, man. All right?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord, Yahweh, is a strong tower. Mm-hmm. The righteous runneth into it, and they're safe.
A righteous runneth into it, right? They come to it quickly, man. Okay? Speedily. Right? And are safe, man. Okay? When you're safe, you're what? It says safe, defended. Right? You'll be defended in that day. Because Esau gonna be coming at us with so much, man. He's gonna be coming at with the whole kitchen sink, as they say. So you gotta have this name, man. And it's indeed, and it's gonna. I mean, like I said, like I was saying earlier, through the Spirit, the kingdom has already happened. You know what we're reading about right here. We already reading about the elect receiving crowns already. So this is a prophecy, and that's what we speak, prophecy, man. Okay, so this is a prophecy. So it's already didn't happen, bro. And we just have to, like I said, we have to get plugged into the matrix. Then each man, your program, you got to walk through your program. Okay, Your program might be to go to school for 5 years.